Well, I promised you I was coming back, and you know I'm always coming back. I'm BJ Arnett, and this is This Day with BJ Arnett. But I got so excited with talking with my guest, Karen Abercrombie, because Karen is like, I don't know, I feel like at some point that it's almost like when we're talking, the babies leaped. You know, it's like, I was like, oh my God.
Yes.
We understood what God was doing at that very point, that he orchestrated all of these things for you to play that role. Yeah. It's an excitement that you cannot leave. But then when you look out from your birth, what you grew up in, what people will glean from the fact that if her father and mother can be dysfunctional, if there can be drugs and alcoholism, if she can arrive here, and now God is allowing us to come together to tell the story from after she arrived at War Room, and I placed her on the planet to tell that story. Let me tell you about producer, director, Karen Abercrombie, executive producer. Because I can do it like that, because that's who he is. So in a millisecond, what seemed to take so many years, he collapsed time in order for you to set the scene, to give birth to the story that he put inside of you to tell as a filmmaker, a content provider. Tell us about that and why this beautiful young man is sitting next to us.
Well, briefly, it's just a powerful story called Just Grace. It's a story about forgiveness, healing, and grace. Forgiveness is hard. But in order to receive all that God has for us, we have to forgive. Otherwise, we're blocked up to here with muck and mire, and he can't get all of those things inside us that he wants to get inside of us. So it's a powerful story of forgiveness. Now, this young man is one of the lead actors in the film, Mr. Jamarcus Kilgore, and he is a beast. He is Atlanta's own. And we had been auditioning and putting in casting calls. People kept sending tapes and da-da-da-da-da. Could not find what we wanted.
That voice, that type, that look,
no.
It wasn't hitting.
Nothing even came close. And then I was invited to teach a drama class and direct an Easter program not too far from here.
Wow.
And there he was in the cast. There he was in the cast. And a few minutes in, I was like, oh, God.
There he is.
Oh, God.
There he is.
Oh, God.
How did you feel knowing who was standing in front of you, who God had placed in front of you to help train you?
I was shocked. They told us about the projects, and I was like, all right, this is amazing. This is Karen Abercrombie. This is going to be fantastic. This is going to be a great production that we're putting on. So having her into the room was like, all right, cool. Let's be composed and let's be professional, because you never know what can happen from this. So she brought us in. We had a workshop, and she taught us these type of techniques that you think you know as an actor, but she gave them to you in a way that helps you dissect our character. Like, one of the workshops we did and the practices we did, we almost had a therapy session, but with our character. So it was like, she would ask me like questions of like, I don't want to talk to Jamarcus, I want to talk to Matthew. What is Matthew doing at this time? What is Matthew going through? So it was like a fantastic opportunity alone, and led to some awesome things that only God could do.
You know, what is great to watch and to see is his understanding, your understanding of the orchestration. Because that doesn't happen unless you're ready to receive it.
Oh, girl.
You've got to be in position, right? And you were in position to know that God brought a gift in order for you to receive something, and there was a further gift from just the moment that she was standing there teaching that class.
And a gift for both of us.
He's giving from him to you and from you to him.
Yes.
An incredible thing happened that day. And your film received the character that you were looking for, and you didn't have to look at that boy. He's just brought to you.
That was it. That was it.
So tell us a little bit about this gritty story that people may or may not be ready to get it
Oh, right. Because it is gritty.
It's gritty.
It's not like a lot of the faith-based films
Exactly.
that you
It's
see.
not
And
fluffy.
some are fluffy or glazed over a little bit. No, we're talking truth. We're talking
Yes.
real stuff. Because I believe that God gives us the gifts, the art, to change the world.
Yes.
And if we're so sometimes careful with it, you've got people on the fringes, on the outside saying, well, I could never be that. I could never do that. I can't get there from here. Oh, yes, you can.
Yes,
oh, yes, you can.
Yes.
So we're going there, right, baby?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we're going there.
As you're developing your character and you're developing who he is and how he is, the things that you were taught in the class, in the workshop, are you pulling those forward to get your character sound and strong?
Yes, ma'am. When I got the script, first off, I read it. I tried to read through it so I could know what was going on. I read it, and there were so many twists and turns. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So I got to the scene where my character first showed up. I'm like, whoa, this character is me. He's a young black man. He's optimistic, but on the outskirts of it, he's got some things that he's going through himself. So it was like when I got to the scripts and I got to learn my character, his name's Jalen. When I got to learn about Jalen, it gave me a sense of comfort almost, because it was like, yes, this is going to be one of the biggest things I've ever done. But it was also ordained for me to do it by God, because this is me. And through what I've learned from Karen and through what I've learned as an actor, I'm going to be able to embody this role in its fullest potential. And I felt that was an amazing thing.
It almost gives you pause to say, I'm just grateful, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, just grateful, just grateful. You know, Karen, you have bitten off a lot, young lady.
Yes.
You've bitten off a lot.
Yes,
there is the executive producer hat that you have. There is cultivating the script.
Yes.
Massaging the actors to get them where you want them to be. The direction of it all.
Yes.
And then there's those little things like craft services and and do we have the right wardrobe and makeup and hair and this and that, and is this the right camera?
Yes.
Is this the right angle?
Yes.
Do all of these things tell the story that God dropped as a vision in my head?
Yes. Yes.
You have 500 hats on right now, lady.
But you know what? I've taken off some of them because in wisdom you must. In order to do the best job possible. But see, because I'm funding it myself, I've been doing a series of fundraisers all around the country. But God is sending people to me that are just donating money, opening the door so that we can make this movie. When I first set out to do it, I had a guy who is a millionaire many times over, who was interested in dropping a large amount of money on the project, but he wanted me to change it. He wanted me to lighten it up. And I refused. And I said, okay, God. And it wasn't like, okay, God.
No,
I was like, okay, God, if you want me to do this and do it the right way, you're going to have to provide. And he has been. To the point where we've got people who are donating meals every day. I'm blessed to have one of the best Steadicam operators in the business coming aboard. I won't say what he's coming aboard for, but
blessed.
The DP, blessed. They work on incredible projects, have awards many times over, but they believe in the project and believe in what it is we're doing here. You know, so they're coming aboard to help us do this in excellence.
And that, I think, is the key. I think Christian filmmaking went through a process. The original process as I was growing up was, Mom, I'm not watching that. I remember saying, I'm not watching that. She would say, it's a Christian film, I brought it for you. I'll go, But then something shifted. And the films began to look better. And the technical side began to look better. But then we were still lacking the story side being tight. And then we went through this stage where we get the story tighter, but the story wasn't biblical any longer.
Right.
So we went through that. So now we are at this place with forerunners in filmmaking,
Yes.
who are Christian,
Yes.
who are Christian first and then filmmakers,
Yes.
that we have a platform to see and say exactly what God said,
Yes.
but in the way that He told us to say it.
Absolutely.
So you
Absolutely.
get the best.
Yes.
DP, you get the best in every area, every part of the filmmaking process, so that you demonstrate God's excellence. There is something to be said for having all of the elements come together, but there's even more to be said for those who will readily come to you to say, Karen, God said, and I'm laying it before you.
Yes, 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 yes.
What do you say to folks who are going to watch this today and say, hey, I want to be a part of the God train that is pushing filmmaking to a whole nother level,
Yes.
to clarify and
Yes.
to give glory to every part of life that He has ordained?
Yes, yes,
Because
yes.
for so long we've only been one track.
Yes.
And now with these projects we have an opportunity to see the full life of a Christian,
Absolutely.
the journey,
Absolutely.
if you will.
Absolutely.
How can people get the opportunity to come alongside of you, to donate, to write the check?
Oh, well, they can go to my website, KarenAbercrombie.com, and there is a page there, a tab for a page, Donate to the Movie, and they can donate right there. And along with the donation, thank you, continued prayer, because we're continuously under prayer for the project, and would appreciate continued prayer
Yes.
over it.
Yes. And young man, I know that you have a dream that you want to fulfill in this industry. Do you feel like you've stepped in?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely.
Do you feel like you've stepped into exactly what you saw yourself doing when you said, hey, I do want to be an actor?
Yes, ma'am. I feel like I am. Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely.
Yes, ma'am.
I think I'm going to tell you what I know about this. Once you step in and it all starts happening, it's going to move so fast.
That's what I told them.
It's going to move so fast. So as we have heard before, not get ready, be ready.
Ooh, yes.
Because where He has placed you is already done.
Yes.
You just have to be ready for the journey.
Absolutely.
Amen?
Amen.
This is good
Oh,
stuff.
BJ, yes.
Good stuff.
Yes.
As people come alongside of the project,
Yes.
it's going to get larger and larger, bigger and bigger, and there are going to be so many other things that you are asked to do.
Yeah.
And Karen, I say to you, you are well able. You've been built for the process. Your background is not even a tenth of what your foreground is about to be.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So know that
Thank you.
everything that is ahead of you
Thank you.
is something that is God ordained, and it is a gift to you for you to give to the nations. And
Thank you.
I'm just so excited for you.
Thank you.
Absolutely so
Thank you.
excited.
I am absolutely grateful. Do we have a minute?
You have a minute, absolutely.
Okay. If somebody out there is interested in having Miss Clara come visit their church, I am doing some still fundraising and will be even after the movie starts. Well, after we're done shooting the movie to cover some post-production
elements as
costs.
well.
But yes, Miss Clara will come out. There is no cost. We will take a donation up afterwards.
That and Miss Clara, as you all well know, she comes with fire, y'all. So if y'all ain't ready, you better get ready, because Miss Clara, she takes no prisoners. She takes no prisoners. I want to thank you both for being here. It's a pleasure to be alongside excellence. It's just wonderful to see what you're pouring into him, what he will be able to pour into others, and what the nation and the world will receive when this film hits the world. It will be like no other. God bless you in the journey.
God bless you, sweetheart.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us. You know what to do. Push that button. Go to Karen Abercrombie. She's got something for you to get involved with. We love you. God bless you. I'm BJ Arnett. Have a fabulous day. Bye.